and welcome. My name is Lola. Let's jump right into our English practice. Today, job interview series, and we'll be answering a question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Once again, first I will break it down for you, and in the very end of this video, you can practice non-stop, immersing yourself in the situation. Let's go.
So, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
So instead of asking, where do you see yourself in 5 years, you might be asked, for example, what's your long-term career goals? So a person hiring wants to know, are you here willing to commit to the company? Or you're just looking for a short gig, like you want to spend a year doing something and then you'll be off pursuing your passion, which, for example, could be absolutely different thing. Or you could be asked about your ideal professional scenario. How do you see yourself? Like, where do you see yourself in the future in this company? Or maybe you're not seeing yourself in this company in the future. I try to live one day at a time. The world changes so quickly. So we're not giving a direct answer, which from one standpoint could be kind of tricky because we were asked a direct question and we are giving some kind of a vague answer, right? Like we're kind of trying to switch the topic, like, oh, you know, like one day at a time, we'll see. But the reality is, from my personal opinion, and trust me, I studied HR, getting my economic degree, it's better to be honest rather than to give this cookie cutter answer, you know, like, and if you are not sure, which might be, it's okay, you're a human being, in a very polite form, you could communicate that. That doesn't mean that you're not willing to be committed in the moment to this job, but it gives the person hiring an idea that maybe you're willing to try new things, even inside of the company. You know, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think a lot of people could have predicted COVID.
Right. That said, I would love to be working with a group of motivated people who share the same set of values. Such a great answer. Why I like this answer is because we're not giving a direct answer, yet we are talking about our values. Values are important. Values align us with other people. So saying that, you know what, it's not even about where I work, but about what I do and how I feel, you know, that I'm working with a group of motivated people who are like me, who think similar. So giving this answer, you're saying it's not even about your company, but it's about my values in a hope that your company's future and actions will align with my ideas about life. Such a good answer.
Don't we all? Hey, that really should not take 5 years.
That's true. It should not. Really.
So, what about the 5-year plan?
So here, the interviewer brings us back to the question, which sometimes happens in the interviews when you are kind of deviating from the course, but it's important for the manager, hiring manager, to know if you are actually someone who is planning to build a long-term career with this company or not. So once again, talking about values is such a great thing. Incorporating in any of your answers your perspective on life, your values, is a good thing. But when we are asked, again, the same similar question, we do want to give a direct answer. And here we are, we're answering. I want to learn to build and manage a team that can take an idea all the way up to a successful project.
Makes sense. Could you see yourself running your own company in 5 years?
And here is an amazing question from this hiring manager because he wants to know, am I only seeing myself doing my current potential job and staying in this realm, or I do want to grow, or I do want something more and bigger, and maybe I even want to run my own business. Side note, remember in the video about the verb run, I was giving you this phrase, to be running a business, right? We're not talking about physical running, we're talking about operating, managing, being in charge of. So that's a great example of using this phrase. Yeah, do you see yourself running your own business? We are asked that, and actually it's a good answer to demonstrate our ambition, our desire to have something more. Because if you're having an interview, let's say in a position in a corporation, very often they open new branches, they open new departments, they have a lot of opportunities for you to fulfill your dream, your ambition, without leaving the corporation, but kind of having your business inside of a business. The short answer is maybe.
Okay, and the longer answer?
I love that too because we're kind of not giving a direct yes or no. Maybe we are afraid of scaring the manager off by saying, yeah, like in 2 years, I see myself running my own company, my own business, which is a sign that I will be leaving. You know, I'm not seeing myself in a long commitment relationship to this company. So here we're saying maybe, which in my opinion, I think you always have to rely on the situation and on your inner feeling. So even the level of your openness to that particular person. Of course, we want to be truthful. We want to give our honest answers, but also we want to show the best of us, specifically if we are liking the position and we believe that we can add some value to the company. So I guess we're kind of playing it careful here, which is cool. And which is cool because the manager brings us back. Okay, well, maybe which one? Yes, no, give me the long answer. Explain what you mean. And here we have an opportunity to talk more about our values, about what we're looking for applying for a job, you know, our hopes and dreams, because he wants to fulfill it too for their employees. The title is less important to me. The nature of work and the mission are what I care about. It's great because we just demonstrated that it's not like we don't want to give you a direct answer. It all depends, right? It's not about us particularly wanting to, you know, this vanity of having a title of CEO, but it's more about the nature of work, right? The nature of work, and if you don't know this phrase, it means like, what is this work actually is, right? The reality of work, the nature of work. Like, let's say you could have a title of CEO, but of CEO of a non-existent company, you know, like, and you're sitting the tiny table in the corner, the basement, and have no customers. You know, you could be CEO, but like, what's the value that you're providing to people, to the world?
Tell me more.
And since we've mentioned the mission, the nature of work, the hiring manager wants to hear more about our point of view. I would love to be leading people, but if I also need to take the garbage out some days, I'll do it.
Got it. So let me make sure I got it. You care about the mission and the values, but you're willing to contribute however you can.
We're demonstrating our ambitions, but also we're saying, I have a realistic view of the world. And even though, you know, I have this big ideas. The mission is important for me. I want to know that I'm doing something valuable. I know that not every day is riding the unicorns on the rainbow, and sometimes you gotta take the garbage out. Sometimes we have to do some mundane tasks, some things that are not that fun or luxurious but they just need to be done. And I think it's important to mention that, and even though you care about a big picture and the mission is important for you, but you are someone that they could count on. And if there is a task which is kind of oh, hey, once I had a task, actually, I'll give you an example. Sometimes I take the garbage out, and this is clear. But once I had a task when we were working on the vocabulary for our app, and we had thousands of words, and I needed to check the transcription to make sure I agree, because of course we were using the dictionary, but every dictionary has nuances, and we made a video about that, and I wanted to be the most accurate, the most real life English transcription, so I had to go through word by word checking it. Do I really want to do that? Not really, but the job needs to be done. And sometimes I need to take the garbage out, And it's, by the way, it's not an idiom, it's just the reality. And it's a great example that I'm willing to contribute to the project the best I can. That's right.
That's a great answer.
And also, I want to point out that the words like contribution or to contribute, I'm willing to contribute, or as the mentor says, you're willing to contribute. They are great to have in your job interview. It's great to say, my contribution is important. It's important for me to give something, to add value to the company, to feel that I'm doing something that is needed, that I have value, as an employee. So I think in any way you could add it to your answers is great, because it's not only about, and if you truly are. If you don't care, just tell them, I don't care about your company. But if you are here, to help them, to join the team, to contribute, to give the best of you, so nice to mention in any ways. And I would say, don't wait to be asked. Just mention that, being a team member is important. I'm a team player. I want to contribute the best I can. Okay, it's time for you to practice this dialogue. So get ready. You won't have pauses. Just read it. Actually, you can go through it twice if you want. You will have the chapters on YouTube if you want to go back and practice. Practice saying these words. Practice answering. Practice talking about that. Okay, good luck.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Yeah, that's true. I don't think a lot of people could have predicted COVID. Don't we all? Hey, that really should not take 5 years. So, what about the 5-year plan? Makes sense. Could you see yourself running your own company in 5 years? Okay, and the longer answer? Tell me more. Got it. So let me make sure I got it. You care about the mission and the values, but you're willing to contribute however you can. That's a great answer.
Great job! And of course, you can go through all the episodes of the job interview series in our app, Lola Speak. And also, after each episode, you can press on My Recording and you could hear yourself saying these words, saying these answers.
Are you ready for the most standard question in any interview?
Absolutely.
So where do you...
That was my voice, and if I want to hear how the native speaker would answer, I would press on this.
Absolutely.
I try to live one day at a time. The world changes so quickly.
And of course, after each episode, you could watch tips where we break down different phrasal verbs, idioms, and other interesting points of the dialogue. For example, here, I talk about take out.
But if I need to take the garbage out, some days I'll do it. In this context, a phrasal verb to take out is used literally in the meaning that we need to take the trash and bring it out.
And a lot of other fun stuff in Lola Speak app. Download now. Thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. Let me know if you're enjoying this format, English practice, and we'll do more episodes. And if you want to practice daily, just jump into our app. See you next Friday.